Better late than never. Isn't that how the saying goes? Today, I'm going to be talking to you about finally, the new Natasha Denona Bloom palette, as well as the Dior Bronzer and Highlighter. I have one shade of each. So, you know how they say comedy of errors, things that happen all together to come to a final conclusion or outcome? Well, this is what happened. I did order my Bloom palette from Beautylish. It did arrive in a great amount of time. I was so excited. However, it came shattered. Not everything was shattered. The Equinox shade in there, the one that I was mostly excited for, was completely gone, and the sparkle had gotten everywhere, so it wasn't usable at all. I did contact Beautylish, and my goodness, their customer service is unmatched. I had a brand new palette on my doorstep the very next day, the very next day. But then you know what happened? I got sick. I got sick and I was in bed all weekend. Then you know what else happened? The kids were home for spring break, for March break, as we call it here in Canada. The last thing I wanted to do while I was in bed all weekend was try makeup. So I haven't even tried these. I've swatched the Natasha Denona Bloom and also the bronzer and the highlight, but I haven't actually applied them to my face. But quickly, before we get into all of that, I have gladly partnered with Ana Luisa Jewelry for this video. If you have not heard of Ana Luisa Jewelry before, they are a high quality, very affordable jewelry line based out of New York. All of their pieces are hypoallergenic and water resistant. They have a 2-year warranty on all of their pieces. They are carbon neutral from packaging to product. They have really unique pieces. Everything starts at $39. I am wearing one of their pieces today. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have been wearing these pieces in my latest videos. This one in particular, I love. It's called Ash, and it's a double hoop. This bottom hoop you can remove and just only wear the top hoop. So it's kind of like 2 earrings in one. I got the duotone one. I like mixing my metals. So the top is gold and the bottom is silver, but you can get this all in gold, all in silver. Do the duotone like I did. Actually, they also have, I think, like a blue option in this one as well. But I do love them. I love that they clip in. There's no backing that you can lose. They're really comfortable on the ear. They're not heavy and chunky, and I love mixing my tones because, like, on my sweater today, I have a silver clip, and then if I didn't feel like wearing silver that day, I could put these on and I can have my pop of gold and I can have my pop of silver. The other pair I have are these cute little hearts. I love them so much. I love hearts in general. I have a lot of heart-shaped jewelry, but these ones I love. I love that they're kind of like at the bottom here. They don't meet exactly. It gives them a little bit of an edge, if you know what I mean. I love these. You clip them in. Like I mentioned, no backing to lose. Oh, I love them. These are called Keelan. They're so sweet. Should I change my earrings? Let me change my earrings real quick. Just so you can see how easy it is to pop these on, like really easy. In the morning, you know, when you're in a rush, honestly, sometimes I struggle with my earrings, but these, all done. Look how cute they are. I love them. I love them. So you can see them from like this angle, this angle. They're adorable. I only have 2 pieces so far, but I cannot wait to dive into this brand a little bit more. They have beautiful bracelets, beautiful rings, beautiful, gorgeous necklaces. I will have my personal link in the description box right at the top. Just click on that link and then you can check out their website and you will know exactly what I mean about how pretty and gorgeous and affordable all of these pieces are. You have to check out Ana Luisa. All right, well, now let's get into this new makeup. Let's start with the bronzer. This is in the shade 04 Warm Matte. These come in a matte formula and also a more glowy formula. I did choose to go with the matte, and this 04 seemed to be the most neutral of, because I think 03 looked really peach and warm, and I don't like too warm of a bronzer. Anyway, this is the one that I thought would be okay on me. Let's take a look at this outer packaging. Like, I can't with the packaging. I can't. Also, my nails, please. I know I was supposed to go on the weekend to get them done, but like I said, I was sick and they've grown out and I haven't had a chance to go. So please, please ignore them. Thank God I have a really, really nude polish on and you can't tell, but because they're gel nails, I can't take them off myself. I can't do them myself or redo them myself. I do have to go to the salon and I really wanted to get this video up for you. So long story short, pretend they're not there, okay? Sorry. I dropped off the kids at my parents' today and even my mom was like, girl, the nails. I said, I know, Mom, I know. Okay, let's start with applying the bronzer. I already have my foundation on, my concealer, everything else other than eyeshadow, eye makeup, and bronzer and blush and all that. So Patrick Ta dual-ended brush. I'm going to tap in here and see what this bronzer says. Oh, that went on really, really easily, very, very smoothly. It's matte, but it's not flat, and it doesn't look powdery. Oh, I like this. I like this. Do I like it more than my YSL though? I don't know. I'm going to have to do a side-by-side comparison. Oh, it's time for a side-by-side comparison. Make sure you're following me on Instagram because I do a lot of side-by-side comparisons there. And I'll pop up pictures or a video when I think two products are kind of similar to each other, just so you can see if you can tell the difference. Usually nobody can. And that's why I do those because, you know, if you have something already, then you don't need the new thing. But I love this though. I love this. It's a very neutral, it's warm, but it's not too warm. It's not orangey on me. It might look like that in the monitor now that I'm looking at it, but it's not. When I see myself in the mirror, it looks really, really just enough warmth to it, which is what you want from a bronzer, right? Especially if you're my skin tone. I really like this for the first time applying. It's just so easy. It's so easy. It doesn't cling to anything. It kind of just diffuses onto the face. I did pick them up from the Dior website on Sephora. I can only see the jumbos, and some are available on Sephora. Some are available on the Dior website. It is a big kerfuffle, okay? No one can figure it out. It is a Rubik's Cube. I don't know. So some of the shimmery ones are available, only jumbos on Sephora. I don't know. I cannot figure it out. My brain cannot compute. Okay, so I would just start with the Dior website, see what's there. And if you're interested in anything and it's available on Sephora, wherever you prefer to buy your products. But just so you know, it's not an easy situation if you're confused about what to buy and what is available. I really wish that brands would have the same things on their website as they do at other retailers. I understand if they want to keep maybe one or two special shades exclusive to their website and stuff, but this one has been quite discombobulating, I have to say. If you want a comprehensive comparison of the mattes, all the shades, to the shimmery version of each, please go and check out Fabi Made Up. I will tag her channel in the description box. My goodness, was this an in-depth comparison with close-up shots in different lights, indoor, outdoor, sunlight, no sunlight. I mean, this woman probably took hours, probably an entire day, to put this video together. So if you're really interested in this and you want to see it compared to all of the shades that are available, please go check her out. The amount of work that she puts into her videos is very, very impressive. Very impressive to me. I know what it takes to put just a basic video together. It takes hours and hours and hours when it comes to editing and close-ups and all that stuff. So I won't go on any longer. I'm telling you, I was very, very impressed. If you want to look into this a little bit further and you want something really, really in-depth, I would check out Fabi. But my first impression of this bronzer is that it is perfectly pigmented. It's not too pigmented. It's not pigmented where you have to keep on building up. It's perfect. It's perfectly pigmented for me, for my preferences. You know, sometimes you can pick up a bronzer, you put it on and it's just way too much or not enough, and then you kind of have to figure it out. This is perfectly in the middle. You tap your brush in, you're good to go. You don't need to be afraid of it. You can't overdo it. It looks diffused. And I don't say that lightly when I don't like to use that word diffused. It's a powder, right? Powders, that's their goal, is to diffuse things. But this one goes on very, very easily. I love this. I love this for first application and perfect tone for me. If you're my skin tone, 04 warm, 04 warm matte. And like I said, there's a more glowier version of it. But if you check out Fabi's video, you'll see it's very minimal, very, very minimal. All right, let's check out this highlighter. Look at this package. Okay, this one comes in like 3 finishes, like a strobe and a this. I honestly, so confusing. So very confusing. I couldn't tell what the difference was from one to the next to the next. So I picked up this one, a Nude Halo. This is what Nude Halo 01 Nude Halo looks like. So pretty. I'm going to grab a rougher fan brush in 20 and I'm just going to dust it. I'm going to dust it because let's see how much of a highlight we can get. Oh, I thought this was going to be really intense. And if you build it up, it is. But again, it's soft and it's not sparkly. It kind of, again, kind of diffuses and works beautifully with this bronzer. Wow. I would love to put this all over here, but I can't because I have to do the Bloom palette with you today. But this is pretty. It's kind of gold, but not too gold. You know that yellow gold? I don't like a yellow gold. This one is champagne-y, but a warm champagne, you know? I love this. I love this too. And again, very, very easily applied. It doesn't leave a streak. It's a subtle, I did not think this was going to be a subtle highlight, but it's a subtle highlight. And I love a subtle highlight. I don't like, you know, a beam on my cheek. I like when I turn that maybe, you know, the light will catch something and it'll kind of bounce off. But I don't like it to be obvious personally, my preference. And this is very, very, it's impactful in the most elegant, subtle way. Oh, beautiful. Oh, I love these, at least from my first impression from them. Because sometimes it is no good from the beginning, right? Anyway, okay, so that's that. Should I add some blush? No, I'm gonna wait on the blush after I do my eyes because I don't know what I'm gonna get on the eyes with this palette. So we'll leave the blush till the end. Okay, Miss Natasha Denona's latest midi palette in Bloom. Can we appreciate how pretty this outer packaging is? This is a watercolor painting that Natasha did herself and they put it on the outside of this palette. As always, in the back there are pins that you can remove these shadows if you wanted to mix and match and make your own palette. Personally, I don't do that. Because when I'm trying to compare for you and do all that stuff, I can't imagine having another shade in the place of another one that has a different name on it. It confuses me. So I keep them all where they started. But if you're somebody who wants to curate your own, that is a really, really great thing to be able to do. This is made in Italy and has a 24-month shelf life. Let's take a look inside. I don't know if this is necessarily like a color story that I would gravitate to. I like a little bit deeper colors, possibly. I don't know. I'm not sure this is going to be something that kind of I'm drawn to all the time, but it is a very beautiful, beautiful color story with peaches. It screams spring, which makes sense, right? But anyway, that's the inside. And now I'm going to swatch for you. I'm sure If you're interested in these things that you have seen probably 100 videos on this palette by now, and I get that, but I swatch differently. I swatch by finish. I swatch all my mattes together, and then I swatch all of my other sparkly metallic finishes together because I feel like it's beneficial to see all of the mattes next to each other to see how close they are to each other, how much they differentiate, and what kind of range you can get with mattes. And then I do the same with the sparkly shades. So that's what we're going to do today. There are two types of mattes in this palette, creamy mattes and silky mattes. There are 8 of the 15 shades are matte. I'm going to swatch them in order of kind of darkest to lightest so that you can see the kind of gradient we can get from this palette. Bark, Brick, Clover, Flows, Wren, Robin, Keen, and Petal. Beautiful gradient of mattes. These are the two that I thought might be similar, but this one called Wren is more pink and Robin is a little bit more peach. They're all gorgeous. All of them are creamy mattes except for Petal and Robin. Petal and Robin are the silky mattes. It doesn't matter. They all feel the same to me when I'm swatching them. But gorgeous gradient there. Very, very helpful for me to see all of the mattes next to each other. Let me know if it is helpful for you too, because then I can decide if a palette is for me based on the mattes. Now let's move into all of those metallics. This first one is called Ember, and it is a sparkling foil. Second shade is called Rue, and that also is a sparkling foil. Third one is Fluorescence, and it's described as a metallic, but for me, it looks a little bit more on the satin side of things. I don't know, it might just be my eyes. Fourth is Lush, and Lush has won my heart. It is so pretty. So, so beautiful. I'm going to go over it one more time just so you can see. Yeah, there we go. There we go. It is so stunning. Lush kind of is the one that has popped out to me when I was swatching. Lush is a sparkling foil. Then we're going to move on to our first duochrome. This is Fleur. Again, I don't know, is it a duochrome? It looks more satiny to me when I look at it in the swatch. It might be duochrome. I don't know. I can't tell. Very subtle duochrome, if you ask me. Then we have Equinox. Equinox is a duochrome and it is stunning. Look at that shift there. Now that one definitely is a duochrome in my eyes. Well, maybe this one is too. I don't know. At first I didn't see it, but they're both gorgeous. Finally, we have Crisp, which is a sparkling foil. I'm going to go over that again. Let's go over Crisp again. It's the lightest one in there. It is very, very pretty. Honestly, like I can see that as a beautiful inner corner highlight. But we'll see. We'll see how all these go. So here are all of our sparkly metallic duochrome sparkling foil shades. I hope it's helpful for you to see them all together. Again, another beautiful gradient. When I look at this palette, initially I'm like, oh, everything kind of looks the same, but not, and I wasn't sure. But swatching them, you can see that there is thought in going from darkest to lightest, and the tones are different as well. Let me switch over here so you can see how they dance in the light. All right, let's get these on the face. I don't know where to go with this. This is the side that kind of speaks to me, the more plummy, winey kind of shades. I don't know. I don't know what to do. But if you're ever confused when you're looking at a pan like this and you're like, I don't know where to start, you know, these are pretty much laid out. Like you could do quads, right? You could do rows. You can do this way. You can do diagonal. Just start there. As long as you have a deeper shade, a mid-tone shade, and a shimmer. You could do a 3 shadow look or a 2 shadow look. You really, really can't go wrong. And all of these, to be honest with you, you could just put all over the lid, tap a little shimmer on top, and you're good, if this is your color story. But where do I want to start today? I don't know. I'm thinking. All right, I'm gonna go into Keen right here. Refer 27, and I'm going to just put this on the crease. That's a pretty shade. It's not too peachy for me. It's deep enough for my skin tone that it looks kind of like, not brown. It's not brown. It is peachy, but it's not too peachy where it's doesn't suit me, you know? And of course, this goes on like butter. Refer 14, I'm going to go into Clover, and I'm going to, oh, see how deep this is? I'm going to go into the outer V of my eye. So that's pretty deep, but I love the tone of it. I love the tone of it. It doesn't, even though there's like a purple, sometimes purples and pinks and those types of shades can make me look sickly. And this one has a depth to it and an undertone of brown that doesn't do that. At least my eyes don't see that. All right, so let's deepen this outer corner, and that went on really, really great too. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to do a deeper look on this eye now that I'm thinking about it, and then I'm going to do like a more everyday lighter on this eye, because I think that this palette has that versatility where you can go deep and sultry and nighttime and all that. And I do believe, based on the swatches, that you can do wearable everyday looks too. So I think that's what I'm going to do. We'll see. That is a very beautiful, non-sickly shade, if that's the way that I can describe it. So pretty. So pretty. Okay. Now I'm going to go into Rue, and I'm going to just put my finger in there. And this is the shade that I'm going to add to the center of my lid. So that has some pink in it. It has like a deep pink in it. That's really, really pretty. I'm going to put it on here. I'm not going to take it all the way because I want to put another lighter shimmery shade in the inner corner. That's really, really pretty. Really pretty. I like that a lot. Okay, Refer 12, and I'm going to go into Fleur, and I'm going to go into the inner part of my lid. That's pretty. I'm going to go in again. I want to make it a little bit more impactful. We're going from lightest to medium to darkest on the outer part. This is pretty. This is really, really pretty. I love that. This isn't like impactful in a way like a Natasha Denona, like some crazy metallic-y, like sparkle city. It's much more subdued than she normally does. With these shades, at least, right? But this is, it's impactful, like it's there, you can see it, but it's not an in-your-face kind of sparkle, you know? It's kind of tame. It's tame. I like it. I like it. I'm going to take a Refer 03 and go into Crisp, and I want to go into the corner of my eye. How pretty is that though? Oh, I like that a lot. I have to be honest. I wasn't sure. I knew I was going to get quality because it's Natasha Denona, but I wasn't sure if I could pull this color story off, even though it looks beautiful to my eyes. BK Beauty N11, and I'm going to go into Bark. And although it's brown, I can see as I'm applying it, it is brown, but there's a reddish undertone to it. So I'm just going to line the lashes with this. Just from the center of the lid over, gradually. And I'm going to flick it out just a little bit. That is a really pretty eye look. Really pretty eye look. I do have a little bit of fallout from this shade, so be careful. Careful. I do have, obviously, my base done, but just be careful of that because I have a nice little patch over here. I don't like that, but it happens, right? On this eye, let's start with a Robin. And this is a Refer 15 brush. And I'm just going to apply it to the crease and kind of bring it down and to the outer part of my eye. These aren't like too peachy and too red that they would not look good against my particular skin tone. So I'm really loving that. They're actually kind of quite neutral. Like it leans warm. This palette leans warm, but they look pretty neutral on me so far, the shades that I have tried. Let's see if we can do like a nice light wearable kind of everyday look with this eye. I'm not going to deepen the outer corner yet. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I do want to go into Lush. Lush won my heart in the swatch stage, if you know what I mean. So this one was the one that I thought, wow, wowza. And I'm just going to place it right in the center of my lid. Okay, so it doesn't have, it has a base to it. It does, but from what I can see, it's more toppery, but you can build it up. You can build it up because I know that from the swatches, right? Like there was a lot more base to it. If I wet my brush or wet my finger, yeah, see now I'm building it up and there's a lot more base to it. This is my favorite so far in this palette. How gorgeous. Okay, Lush. I love Lush. Again, you're not getting some crazy kind of like Pat McGrath or other Natasha Denona type of like wowy, like sparkle from the moon type of shades, but they're impactful, but a lot more subdued than normal from what I can see. But I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I think I want to go into Equinox, that shade that came shattered in the first palette that I ordered. It's on the pinkier side, and I don't know how it's going to play well with these, but let's just try anyway. I know I wanted this to be like a wearable everyday look, but I'm dying to try Equinox. So let's grab Equinox. This is a MAC 239S. Okay, so as I suspected, it's more on the like cooler end of things, and this part is very warm. However, they kind of all work together, and I really like this. Do you know what I want to do? And please do let me know in the comments. I feel like I can do so many different looks with this palette, and I only have 2 eyeballs right now. And let me know if you want me to dedicate a video to doing multiple looks with this palette, because I really feel like there is very much a versatility to the kind of looks that you can do, even though it's kind of monochromatic in a way when you first look at it. But that Equinox shade is so beautiful. It's impactful yet so subtle at the same time. And I don't know if I want to, maybe if I wet my brush, it might be a little bit more impactful, but I don't want it to be for this like wearable. I don't know what that means by wearable. Wearable is whatever you want, but you know what I mean? Something more subtle, a little bit a more everyday kind of thing. But so pretty, so pretty. I think I want to, should I leave this with no liner? That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so This one is going to be no liner and just kind of like a subtle, beautiful, beautiful shadow on the eye. I am going to go away, put some mascara on, and I will be right back. The mascara I used, first I primed with the Milk Kush primer, and then I used the Lancôme Teint Idôle in the shade brown because I think brown works really, really great with these shades. Let's add some blush to this look. This is the YSL in 57. This is a Refer 05 brush. I am going to go in there and just add a little bit of color to our cheeks. This is the peachier shade 57. I can't remember the name of it. So pretty. Let's get it on this side. Okay, I love that. I love that. All right, let's wrap this up. As I said, please let me know if you want more looks with this palette because I really do want to play with it a little bit more. It has intrigued me. It is less, I mean, it's peach and it's pink, and that's not something that I would normally gravitate toward. However, they apply beautifully, and I think there's a lot of versatility in this palette for sure. So please let me know if you'd like to see a video with multiple looks. I will definitely do that for you, but it depends, you know, how many of you want to see that. The bronzer and highlighter from Dior, I love these. I love them. I think they look beautiful. They're so subtle, gorgeous. I have nothing bad to say about them. They're so easily applied. I think I went through this as I was applying them on my face for the first time, but they're gorgeous. I may, now that I put the blush on, I may want to add a little bit more highlighter on. Let's do that because it kind of faded away. That's how kind of very natural of a highlighter it is, although it is beautiful. So gorgeous. Can you see that? It's so beautiful. I love it. I love it. They are both great, great, great products. I want to continue using them, but the star of the show, of course, is the Natasha Denona Bloom palette. I did 2 looks today, one a little bit darker, one a little bit lighter, more wearable, whatever that means. And honestly, I love it. I love it. I was not intimidated by it. I wasn't intimidated by this palette. It just, I wasn't sure if it was a color story that I would like, that I would love. But I love to collect my Natasha Denona palettes, and so that's why I picked this up, and I'm sure a lot of you were interested in it. Now, I love the way everything glided on. Everything swatched beautifully. The mattes are creamy and gorgeous. The shimmers are not, they're not crazy impactful, okay? They're more subdued, more of a less of an impact, but that's okay. I don't mind that at all. But overall, I think everything has been very, very successful. Everything I have on my face today will be listed in the description box down below, along with links. They are affiliate links. If you choose to use them, thank you so very much because it does help my channel. If you don't, that's totally fine. Make sure to click my link to the Ana Luisa website. That would be so fabulous, and you won't be disappointed. Everything you will see on there, you will love. I am actually going to go and buy a few more things from their website. The quality of their products, I'm really, really impressed with. I wouldn't steer you in the wrong direction. I'm very, very particular in what I recommend, and I can tell you from the experience that I have had with these pieces, you can't go wrong. So please do click on the link in my description box if you want to look at whatever Ana Luisa has to offer. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you found this video helpful. Please do consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Follow me on Instagram. Hit that like button if you liked this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.